What's up guys, it's Speed here, and today we're going to be talking about Doom in the offlane. I think this hero is unbelievably good right now. Frankly, I think it's one of the best heroes in Dota, for the main reason that it's very easy to play and extremely straightforward, which is always great for solo queue, right? If you're trying to look for a hero to learn and to play, it can be really dangerous to learn a hero like Timbersaw or learn a hero like Nature's Prophet first, because frankly, you're going to struggle, you're going to get tilted, and you're going to have a bad time, and that doesn't work for people. But Doom, I mean, it really doesn't get significantly more straightforward than Doom. It's like you cast your spells and you walk at them, which is exactly what we're going to be looking at in today's video. So who we're going to be following is a player known as Badman. He's been a high MMR player for a very long time now. I just started his game on Dota 2 Pro Tracker and I watched it over. And I'm like, yeah, this looks really good because I think his execution and item build is pretty solid and I want to talk about it. So recently I got to play with CC&C in a few pubs, two just ranked pubs on my main account, and I made them into videos. I played Tusk and Winter Wyvern, and they're eventually going to be on the main site. So if you're interested in learning how to actually just dominate with those heroes and really just learn tips from the pros, you should check it out. Right, because I don't get that opportunity a lot where I just get to play with the pro and kind of get to move around the map with them, gank their lane, and really just understand what's going on through their heads. So if you want to just see that or learn anything about Dota, it's really the place to be. I'm putting out a lot of cool content on there. I'm basically making a new random to 6K video or a few a week. It's been absolutely amazing, and I feel like I'm adding a lot of value. So if you're interested, I'd love to see you guys there, and click the link in the description below. In terms of laning, I think he plays it well, just because of the fact that he leveled the Scorch Earth early. I think Trine right now just bullies too hard, and if you take a skill like Devour, I mean, sure, you get 3 HP regen, which is nice, and you get to push the lane a little bit, but it doesn't allow you to actually trade HP with this Trine. And if we look at the Trine, he has pretty good items in my opinion. He has the Leech Seed skill, which is going to heal him. He has 4 tangos and a salve, so it's actually fairly hard to zone him. So if you don't try to zone him, he's just going to bully you to the ends of the earth. So he takes a Scorched Earth, which pushes in the lane, meaning 2 things. You have less creeps, which is a good thing for trading, right? In general, like, the less creeps you have, the better, you know, the more damage they're going to take, and overall less you will take as their creeps will be dying. In addition, he started with 9 to rank protection, which I think is just a fantastic build considering he's against a Drow and a Treant. He has fully identified what is going to happen in his lane. When you are playing Dota, you need to identify a ton of things before the game starts, right? You need to know who you're going to be ganking, what skill build you should be going, what items you're considering. All these things should be in the back of your head. If they're not, the whole game is just going to be a mishmash of garbage. And as a result, I think he makes a good decision to buy this ring of protection, which will later build into his urn. So overall, I just think he's made a great decision with this item build. In addition, Trine and Drow, like, it's unlikely that in the early game they're going to force him to commit a salve, as long as he plays generally back in the wave and pulls a lot of aggro, which he has been doing. So overall, I think his item build and playstyle has aligned extremely well, and you should copy this in your pubs. Take your Scorched Earth or Devour at level 1. I primarily think Scorched Earth is a little bit better if they have a trading hero, you know, like of the likes of an Undying or Treant. And then, you know, go for this item build where you're buying a Ring of Protection, a lot of regen, and then a Quelling Blade. So there's a couple things you want to understand about Doom in general to actually maximize your efficiency in the laning stage. The first one being that it's very important to actually Devour 9 times out of 10 a small camp, as your Devour only allows you to get a level 4 creep. So the majority of the large creeps are not able to be taken. And so what he does is he takes over, right, the movement speed creep. It actually gives 12 movement speed, which is quite a lot, and it jacks him up to 355 when he has Scorched Earth going, which is obviously really nice because it pairs well with the Scorched Earth. When you have it on, even without boots, you're much faster than everyone else, which enables your hero to actually, you know, get off your other spells, which is important. So this creep is extremely good, the speed aura creep. In addition, it's literally my aura, guys. So if you're trying to get a free gameleap subscription, then get the speed aura. Next thing to consider is his level 3 spike. Guys, Doom, read the spell. Right? The damage on Scorched Earth nearly doubles. Any spell like this typically means it's a spike for your hero, right? It genuinely means it's a spike for your hero, right? And as a result, they punish with it. Even under tower here, why are they allowed to go? Well, Doom as a hero, or any hero that has a spell that does not require you to tank the tower, is able to dive. And that's exactly what he does here, right? He's going under the tower and does not immediately hit the Treant, right? Doesn't immediately hit him, clearly not doing it. Now, he does eventually, because he wanted to secure the kill without overcommitting, but for the most part, what you can do is you can dive, turn on your Scorched Earth, and just not aggro the tower. Just don't right-click, and you're going to get so much damage off. In addition, with the speed aura, he's easily able to engage and disengage, and that is why I think Doom is simple. As long as you have a creep wave under your tower, and it's fresh and alive, you can turn on Scorched Earth, push in their wave, and harass them at the same time. Even if you don't kill him, it's pretty valuable, and yeah, it's just fantastic. So the next thing I want to mention is the fact that Doom is very good in 1v1 scenarios. The hero does not trade poorly against almost anyone as long as he is basically level 3, especially when he's level 4, which is what Batman is able to actually identify here. He gets this last hit, recognizes that he's level 4, also has boots and a wand, and as a result he's extremely strong. Now the Drow approaches, and Drow is like, it's fine, you know, I have Frost Arrows level 2, I'm chilling, right? Well, the answer is actually no. He just simply turns on his W and then auto attacks him to death. Like, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's literally, he's just attack moving. So if he can't attack move, I don't know what's happening, but it's just so easy. It's literally so easy. It's so easy. All you have to do is be like, okay, the wave is here, right? So I can kill them. That's it. That's it. He identified a 1v1 scenario. It can even be a 2v2 if you have your support around and your support is strong. That's fine too. But really, you just wait for the wave to be back, or you side pull to enable that scenario, or you push in their wave under tower so it pushes back into you eventually. Basically, what you can do is you can apply any of these strategies to get the lane back to you, and as a result, you'll be able to dive them with these levels. And that's exactly what he's doing here. He's basically casting Devour whenever he can, for the most part, shrines up, and now he's ready to go again. He's level 5, and essentially once Doom hits these spikes, whether it's 3, 4, or 5, he can look for kills because you are just able to run people down. It's that simple. You have a lot of HP, you have pretty hard armor with this item build, especially when you get the phase boots, and so he's going to be looking to apply as much aggression as possible. Right, the Treant shifts over here and he's like, I'm going to go on the Rubik. Well, he says no, and he just turns on his spells and literally hits the guy to death. It's so simple. You punish any overextension in Dota, and it's why your hero is so good, but don't make plays like that. He almost killed himself to the drop. That was very mediocre. Funny enough, he buys a bunch of extra regen now, and I really like this play because you want to max Scorched Earth now, so you have to understand, because you're not maxing Devour anymore, you're going to have some HP regen issues, right? Your hero generally has lower armor and can get punished, and I know I said he has high once you get these items, which is true, but if you get gone on, you're still obviously going to have some issues, and you basically want, when you're diving people, full HP. Just keep that in mind. You don't want to, like, obviously be consistently 300 HP. That's why he buys 9 tangos. He buys an extra 6 literally during the middle of the laning stage. It's 4 now because he's eaten 2, and the Rubik even salved them now. So overall, I just think this is such a good play because he's enabling his hero to play, you know, like how Doom wants to play. And look, they find the Drow, and he clicks his spells. It's like, if anyone is even relatively out of position, you just click their spells. Now, unfortunately, the Drow gets denied, which is something to keep in mind when you're diving and Doom people. But for the most part, it's just kind of easy money. Like, sure, the Drow got denied, like, whoop-de-doo. But it's not like, okay, Drow comes back to the lane and she's safe now. Your other spells do an amazing amount of damage. 15 times 16 is a very high number, right? And if you want to know the answer, like the video, because frankly, I can't do math, and you guys know that. I'm not gonna try. So if you like the video, apparently a calculator will come up on your screen and answer it for you. Next up, I want to mention that he buys an urn. Why urn? Well, there's a couple of reasons to this game. A couple notable ones being that they have a Bristleback, a hero that buys a lot of regen items. Also, Bristle was snowballing it in this game, right? He took the tier 1 tower already. In addition, they have a Chen, healing hero, and a Treant, another hero that does healing. So a lot of heals coming out here. So I really like the item adaptation here. In addition, it builds from his Ring of Protection, and sure, it's just more kick. It enables a hero like Doom, who can sometimes struggle to kill specific heroes in the mid-game, to actually pick up those kills, right? A hero like Bristleback, he actually gains potential to deal a lot more damage, and even maybe solo kill him if the situation presents itself, and that's why I like this a lot. I just think it's a solid item for Doom. He's also going to play like he bought this item, right? He plays and plays very aggressive this game. Why is that? He has a Luna, so he does not need to take farming priority. He maxes Scorched Earth, takes the tower just by pushing in the wave, and then is looking to TP around the map, right? And that's about it. He sees the Treant walking out here. He's like, hey, Treant, get over here. It does not end up getting the kill, but he's like, oh, there's a Drow. And he turns on his Scorched Earth and just runs the guy down. Like, do you see this play? Does this look logical? I want to ask you the question. Is this even a relatively logical play? To a lot of people, after watching this video and seeing him dive bottom, they'd be like, no, this is psycho. Come on, this isn't going to work. I would argue that this is just genius. It's just genius. Not only has he already dumpstered his lane, frankly, all their lanes went pretty well, which is why he's another partial reason why he's able to make this play. But like, even if your lanes don't do well, and you have two very greedy heroes, right? They have a Timbersaw and a Luna, right? Two heroes that just need to take up a bit of space on the map and want to get items. He can just dive, and that's what he's doing to this Drow. Look at the result of this play. I mean, look at this. Look at their TPs. Drow, Bristleback, Treant, Chen, OD. I mean, I wish he sniped the Courier. Oh, if he sniped the Courier, that would have been like the best play of all time. That, boys, is what we call space. I mean, Rubik's just like, hell yeah, brother. You keep baiting him in, boy. I'm just going to farm bottom all game. If you're a position 4 player, you know what I'm talking about. This is exactly what you want. You're like, woo. Also, the level 7. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. In addition, even Jakiro can farm a lane if he really wanted to. He could be pushing out top. Timber's getting to do whatever he wants, and Luna is she's just living her life. She's like, yeah. No one's even going to potentially run at me because why? She sees everyone on the other side of the map. It's like, it's one of those things where I think Doom is so good at it. And imagine if they don't react properly, not only would he kill the Drow, but he also would get out because you're one of the fastest heroes in the game. With Scorched Earth and Phase Boots on, he has 505 movement speed. Now, of course, here he got gooed, so it dropped a little bit, but without the goo, he's 436 with this passive, right? It's absolutely insane how fast you go, and you can simply create space by pushing in lanes and then looking for gaps, which is exactly what he did. He saw the Drow, he saw the fact that there's not a lot of heroes directly around her. They obviously were in the vicinity because it's on their side of the map. But overall, it's just a really smart play. And really, this is all he does throughout the game. He pushes in a wave because you want to keep your farm up. Guys, please use Devour almost off cooldown, right? Basically, use it as much as you can and then push in waves. And once you see a play happening, shift over. But simply, and if you simply can do that, you're going to do a lot better than other heroes. Why? Because you have a built-in natural farming mechanic. You have a natural farming mechanic. Not a lot of heroes have this. And in solo queue, I see a lot of players struggling to keep their farm up. Frankly, in Dota, a lot of players struggle to keep their farm up. It's just an issue for them, right? They lack this ability to fight and farm, which frankly is something, if you're trying to gain MMR, it's something very important to pay attention to. But regardless, if you want some MMR, free MMR, I really think this is a top 5 hero for solo queue right now, simply for its ability to be straightforward in your kill potential, your ability to farm naturally. I literally just want to say for the third point, just be straightforward once again. But like, look at this. He walks up to OD, he's like, oh, you know, this hero could threaten us. Doom, auto attack, dead. You turn on Scorched Earth, you kite out. Right, no spells up, he's generally going to kite out. That's kind of the goal here, right? And then once the Scorched Earth is up again, he could continue fighting. And that's kind of the beauty of Doom. If you have Scorched Earth, you run in. If you don't, you can chill a bit. You can go push in a creep wave, right? You can go basically do whatever you want. And it's just why, I'm genuinely infatuated with Doom. I would date Doom. I would. And finally, a couple more points, just one brief here. I'm just going to show you, obviously, the situation where it enables him to kill the Bristleback. You can just see the overall tick damage. This is a hero that has a Ring of Regen, Treads, Wand, 1400 HP, and obviously almost a max passive. So he naturally would be generally hard to kill, especially without Doom, but it's not a problem for this build. Finally, quick thing about Spirit Vessel. Final point about Spirit Vessel. So if you have one charge and you get a kill, you only get one more, so you get 2. So basically, you're better off just using it again to secure kills, which he does here. You might be like, oh, well, this is the biggest waste of an earned charge I've ever seen in my life. Oh, why would he aggressively earn him when he was like 5 HP? It's because you get 2 charges then, right? But if you have a charge, you only get 1. Next up, he buys a Drums, which I just think is generally the best item on Doom for most games. Movement Speeder is just kind of like Doom's thing. You just kind of want to be fast because that's what enables your kit. But for the most part, what I would really want to point out is when I click on his CS, guys. 14 minutes in, 55. Not a high number, right? But it's totally okay. Because you look at his net worth, it's barely suffering. He is higher net worth than a hero that has 30 CS more than him. That just almost never happens in Dota, but it's just how the hero works. Now, sure, of course, he's 5-1 and Timber is 3-0, but Timber's 3-0. It's not like Timber is just like 0-2, right? It's not what the case is. Like, Timber has not died and has 2 assists. It's one of those things where it's just how the hero works. It's why I think he's so good. You could literally be feeding and not kill a single creep wave and do okay in terms of farm, and it's just nice. Now, a couple more things before we end up the video. This is by far, before you have Blink Dagger, in my opinion, this is by far the best one to take. Now, you could argue, okay, let's say your team lacks Disables, like really, really hard. You could take the Troll Net Creep. I think that one is actually, frankly, better than the Centaur Stomp for the early game. Centaur Stomp can be very clunky and hard to use in the early game, so I only recommend you take Centaur Stomp if you have a Blink Dagger. But before Blink Dagger, if your team has Disables, which their team's fine with, they have Lift, they have Jakiro, they even have Loosen Beam, and he's buying a ton of movement speed items and it's doing fine, as well as the fact that the enemy team does not have really disengaged heroes. I think this thing is just bonkers. Just read the numbers, guys. Like, literally look at the numbers. Funny enough, it was actually better last patch as well. It got nerfed in 7.23. It was 8 armor, now it is only 6. It still is a 30% slow. 30%? 30%? Why would it be? You know how big that armor is? It's a big number. In addition, it's also 30 attack slow, which is also a fairly big number to a hero like OD here. Right? If we click on the OD, he doesn't have that much attack speed. He has treads. That's it. That's it. So if he's getting his attack speed reduced, he has real issues. He's got issues. It's one of those, like, he has problems. And that's a fact. you just start chucking this thing out, and you do well. Now, of course, you take the Centaur Stomp right after I literally make this point, which makes me want to chop my head off. But as you can see, guys, there's different ones to take throughout the game. I also believe Rubik at some point this game stole her Holy Persuasion, was giving out Ice Armor. So overall, I just want to talk about, I just wanted to give my boy Ice Ogre a shout out because I think Ice Ogre is the hype. Funny enough, he does take the Centaur Stomp here. So as you can see, speed is always wrong. Hashtag speed is 2K MMR. And that's going to be about all for today's video. I know I feel like I've said that 8 times now, but I actually mean it this time. Yeah, just buy these items. I really love his build. I love the Spear Vessel. I love the drums. Wand, really necessary on your hero. Maxed out the Scorched Earth, then maxed out the Devour. Finally finish off with, obviously, Inferno Blade in terms of talents. I'm personally more so a fan of the 20 Scorched Earth damage. I feel like it just really makes the spell feel broken. It does 85 damage in total, which is, it's frankly nuts. 85 damage tick is, like, bonkers, considering the AoE is huge. He goes for the movement speed. There's different opinions on this. That's fine, but regardless, 15, definitely take the Devour bonus gold. I mean, like, literally when you hit 15, you just generate hella gold. Hella gold. I mean, look at this. Look at his net worth, guys. This is 114 CS, 28 minutes in, and he is just a giga farm. And he hasn't even gotten any more kills. Like, literally, he's been feeding. Sure, he has, like, 10 more assists. So it's a bit jacked, but even then, he buys a BKB. Really, I think this build is great. Don't prioritize Blink. Blink is an extremely overhyped item in Dota 2. I'm very serious about this. I think the item just, like, needs to stop being purchased so much on, like, all these semi-initiators. On a hero like Earthshaker, yes, Blink is an extremely good item and probably needed every single game. But on Doom and, like, heroes like Pudge, it's so overhyped. It's unbelievable. If you don't believe me, just try this build out and you'll see the difference in your ability to actually run in and initiate for your team rather than having to blink in, go on someone and then insta-die because your hero has so much less HP and mobility. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Also, hit the like button again because I like the like button and so should you. Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at gameleap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys. 25%, and start your journey today.